Hi everyone, my name's Jay, I'm a physiotherapist and I specialise in joint and muscular conditions. Today I'm going to take you through our daily routine. We're going to go through a series of exercises which focus from the neck all the way down to the feet. I'm doing them just before lunch, but feel free to practice these after lunch or even when you come home from work on the afternoon. Now, there's a variety of different conditions and everyone is different. So go at your own level as you know your body best. And if you've got any questions, do speak to your healthcare professional. The first exercise we're going to do is the chin to chest, focusing on the neck. So let's start by setting our posture. We'll stand up with a nice tall neck, chest up and proud, shoulders relaxed behind you. We're going to do 5 repeats of 5-second holds. So let's begin by dropping the chin down to the chest and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently come back to the center. And again, let's drop the chin to the chest. If you find it uncomfortable holding for 5 seconds, just hold for as long as you're able and gently return. And again, let's get those 3 more. Dropping that chin to the chest, opening the joints in the back of the neck and stretching those muscles on the back of the neck. And again, let's drop that chin down to the chest, hold there. Nice stretch, trying to take it a little bit further each time. Last time through, drop the chin to the chest, hold that position for another 3, 2, 1, and back to the middle. Keeping to the shoulders, our next exercise is going to be the shoulder blade squeeze. So we'll begin by setting our posture nice and tall through the neck, chest proud, shoulders relaxed behind us. From here, we're going to work 5 lots of 5-second holds. Let's bring those shoulder blades back and round, squeezing them together for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And again, let's pull those shoulder blades back round, squeezing them together, hold that position and relax. And again, let's get 3 more. Pull those shoulder blades back round, squeezing them. Really feel it in all those muscles at the back of your shoulders and gently ease off. And again, let's squeeze those shoulder blades together. It's a great exercise if you spent the afternoon on the computer or sat down on the sofa where it's hard to maintain good posture. And last one through, squeeze those shoulder blades back and round. 3, 2, 1, and relax there. So next in our routine is the wrist lifts. For this exercise, we're going to be sat down. I want us to start off by finding a 90 degree at the elbow. You can use an arm from a sofa or even a table to support you. I'm just going to use my other hand. So we'll begin by having our palm face down. We're going to work 10 repeats of this exercise. We'll slowly take the wrist down and then all the way back up, down and all the way back up. So go at your own level with this exercise, taking it as far as you feel comfortable this afternoon. You might start to notice a bit of a stretch through the muscles on the top and bottom of the forearm as we go through this movement. Should start to get a little bit easier the more repetitions we do. And let's get our last 2 all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Let's flip that over now, palms facing up for those wrist lifts, all the way down and all the way up. This is a really nice exercise to do this afternoon, especially if you've spent a lot of time typing on the computer or driving with your wrist in one position. Just nice to get the wrists moving again. So let's get our last few repetitions on this side. We go all the way down and all the way up, all the way down and all the way up. So let's work that other side now, making sure we've got a nice 90 degree angle at the elbow. And let's go palm down, bend the wrist down and bend the wrist up. Bend the wrist down and bend the wrist up. Now we're just working 10 repeats today. So I recommend to do 3 sets of 15 throughout the day. It's really easy to get done. You might be doing it at the desk even whilst you're working. And last couple on this side before we flip it over. That's it. Turn the palm up this time. Let's bend the wrist down and bend the wrist up. All the way down and all the way up. This is great for getting us ready for carrying the shopping and these sort of tasks. We use our wrists a lot day to day. So it's nice to warm up the joints, have a stretch through those forearm muscles. And last one, all the way down and all the way up. And that's our wrist lifts. The next exercise we're going to perform is the finger strengthening. So for this one, you're going to need a flat surface like the table I've got to my left. We're going to start by setting our elbow about 90 degrees with our palm flat on the surface in front of us. From there, we're going to spread our fingers nice and wide apart before we press into the pads of the fingers and slowly bunch them together, and then press into the pads to slowly open them apart again. You can have a tablecloth or paper towel underneath your hand, which will give you a little bit less friction and make this exercise a touch easier. So let's go 10 repeats on each hand. Starting with the fingers spread apart, we'll press into the back pads and pull them together and open out again. Again, let's press into those pads and open out again. So this is a brilliant exercise to really improve the mobility in those finger joints. Also working on the strength of those intrinsic muscles of the fingers. Getting some really nice movement through there, especially if they get quite stiff throughout the day, perhaps from a lot of typing or driving. And last few times, let's pull those fingers together and then press them apart. And again, pull those fingers together and then press them apart. Let's switch hands there. And again, nice bend in the elbow, fingers spread apart. Let's press through the pads and open them apart. Key thing here is really getting the pressure through the pads of the fingers to act as a bit of resistance. And again, let's pull those pads together and tear them apart. And again, pull those fingers together, tear them apart again. Last 3 repetitions. Really work into that finger strength, push into the table as best you can. Last one, spread those fingers apart and bunch them together. Great stuff. Sticking with the wrist, our next exercise is going to be the hand wave. We're going to position our forearm on the edge of the table with our wrist hanging over the edge. We'll start by having our thumb up, and we're gently going to drop the wrist down as low as we can and then lift the wrist up as high as we can. We're going to do 10 repeats on each side. So dropping the wrist all the way down and then lifting the wrist all the way up. And again, dropping the wrist all the way down and lifting the wrist all the way up. This is a really nice movement to get the wrist joint going, warm it up a little bit, especially if you've been staying in one position for a long time. It's like you're waving to the person next to you. No one next to me though. And all the way down and all the way up. Last couple, all the way down, all the way up. Take it as far as you feel comfortable and all the way up. Great, let's switch hands there. Now I don't have a table on my other side, so I'm going to use my knee. Again, let's start with a nice bend in the elbow, thumbs up. Let's drop the wrist all the way down and then lift the wrist all the way up. Again, work at your own pace, going as far as your wrist feels comfortable. You might notice that after a few repetitions, it starts to get a little bit easier as the wrist is getting looser, getting us ready for the rest of the day. You might have some food to prepare later on. So it's nice to get a good glide through the tendons and warm up those wrist joints. And let's do the last couple all the way down, all the way up, and again, all the way down and all the way up. Great stuff there. The next exercises we're going to be doing are going to be focused on the shoulders. Strengthening the shoulders can be really beneficial for helping us maintain a good posture and also alleviate some of the pain that you may experience throughout the day. The first exercise we're going to do is going to be the door press. So for this exercise, we're going to use a door frame, or as I'm doing today, you can also use a wall. We'll start by setting our posture, so I want you to be nice and tall through the neck, proud in the chest, with your shoulders drop back behind you. We're going to bend the elbow at 90 degrees and keep it tucked into your waist at all times. From here, we'll press the back of our hand into the wall and we're going to hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. We'll do 2 more repeats on this side before we change over. So again, set that posture and press through the back of the hand, hold that position, really focus on maintaining your posture throughout this exercise. Should start to feel it in the muscles on the back of the shoulder and those rotator cuff muscles which you might have heard about, which help us to stabilize our shoulder. 3, 2, 1, relax. One more time on this side. Let's go. And chest up, nice strong posture. Really pressing the back of that hand into the door as hard as you comfortably can. Maintain that position for 3, 2, 1, relax there. Let's switch sides. Again, let's start by setting our posture, getting our elbow to 90 degrees, elbow tucked into the waist, and we'll press into the door for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Again, let's press into that wall as best you can, holding that position there. Really feel that in those shoulder muscles at the back of the joint for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Last door press. Press the back of the hand into the door frame or the wall. Hold that position, maintaining really good tall posture for the last 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Well done. Our next exercise is the seated plantar fascia stretch. So we're going to begin by taking a seat. I'm going to use the chair, but you can use a sofa or the edge of the bed at home. We'll start to cross our leg over the other one. We're then going to grab the toes and pull them back, where we'll hold that position in a stretch on the bottom of the foot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And again, let's grab the toes, pull them back, stretching all those intrinsic muscles on the bottom of the foot. And hold that position there for another 3, 2, 1, relax off. And one last time on this side, let's grab the toes, pull them back. Feel a nice stretch at the sole of the foot, maybe going a little bit further into that movement with the toes. And hold there for another 3, 2, 1. Let's change over. Onto the opposite side now. Let's grab the toes and pull them back into a nice stretch. This is a great exercise to do if you've spent a lot of time walking on your feet, or even if you've spent a lot of time sitting and just need to get your toes moving a little bit. And hold again for another 3, 2, 1, relax. And again, let's grab hold of the toes, pull them back as best you can, and hold that position there. Nice stretch through the foot. And last 3, 2, 1, relax. Final time through. Let's grab hold of the toes, pull those toes back, feel a bit of a stretch on the sole of the foot there, and hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ease off there. The next exercise is going to be the seated knee extension. So here we're focusing on strengthening up the muscles around the knee joint. We'll start by finding a good posture, that's with our tall necks, proud chest and shoulders relaxed behind us. From here, we're going to gently extend the knee, pulling the toes towards us. We'll hold that position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently return. We're going to work 3 repeats on each side. So let's work the other side now. Pull the toes towards you, straighten up that knee and hold that position. Should feel the thigh muscles tighten up at the front as we extend the knee and maintain that hold for another 3, 2, 1, gently coming back down, and let's switch legs there. Straightening up as best we can. Feel a bit of a stretch down the back of the calves in this position as well as you pull your toes towards you. And hold there for another 3, 2, 1, gently coming back down. And again with the opposite side, let's lift up. This is a brilliant exercise for strengthening those quadriceps muscles and taking loads of pressure off your knee joints. It's also good to warm up the knee joints as we start to work through some progressive movement. And again, let's straighten up the other side. You can see how simple this is to do. We can even do it whilst we're watching TV throughout the day. And gently coming back down there. Last time on the opposite side, let's straighten up as best we can and hold that position. Doing great. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gently coming back down again. Our next exercise is the seated plantar fascia stretch. So we're going to begin by taking a seat. I'm going to use the chair, but you can use a sofa or the edge of the bed at home. All we've done is pop the roll of the towel underneath the big toes, and we're gently going to work 1 foot at a time. We're going to press into the ball of the foot, lift the heel and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and steadily come back down. We'll work 3 repeats each foot. So let's go with the other side now. Press into the ball of the foot, lift the heel up and hold for another 3, 2, 1. Gently return back down and work that other side again. Lifting the heel and hold for 3, 2, 1. Gently return. Let's work that other side again and coming up, driving that heel up. Hold for another 3, 2, 1, gently back down. Last time each side now. Really start to feel that stretch underneath the foot, underneath the big toe, and gently come back down. 1 more time. Really getting those toe joints warmed up and the sole of the foot muscles stretched out, and gently return back down. Brilliant. The next exercise is focused on stretching our calves. We're going to go over to the wall for the wall push. So we'll start by taking our foot 30 centimeters from the wall, hands against the wall, shoulder height. We're then going to slide the back foot backwards with a bend in the front knee and a straight knee at the back. From here, I want you to keep your heel grounded as we gently fall towards the wall. Feel a bit of a stretch in the back of the calf and then push back away. We're working 5 repeats on each side. Let's go again and fall towards the wall. Feel the stretch down the back of the leg and push away. And again, fall towards the wall. Make sure we're keeping that heel grounded. As soon as we feel the stretch, we start to push away. 2 more on this side. Fall towards the wall. Might notice that the more we do, we get a little bit further as we start to loosen up the calf muscles and loosen up the ankle joint. Brilliant. Let's switch feet there. So again, front foot 30 centimeters from the wall, back foot slides back with a straight knee, and let's fall towards the wall, keeping that heel grounded, and gently push back away. And again, fall towards the wall, feel that stretch, and gently push away. It's a really good exercise, especially if you've spent a lot of time on your feet today. Gives us an opportunity to stretch through the calves, the sole of the foot, and push away. Last couple, let's fall towards the wall, keep the heel grounded, and push away. And final one, nice stretch through the calf on the back leg, and push away. Brilliant. Our final exercise is the external hip rotation. We're going to stay in this position laid on our backs. On one leg, we're going to lower the knee out gently as far as feels comfortable till we get a stretch, and then gently return back to the center. We'll work 5 repeats on each side. And let's let the other side gently lower, and then come back, and back to the starting position, gently lowering that knee, and then come back to the center. This is a great exercise, not a movement we do day to day, but it's fantastic for helping us improve mobility in the hip joint and also alleviate some of the pains you might get throughout the day in the hips. And onto the opposite side, gently let that knee fall out and gently return. This is a great exercise to help mobilize the hip joints. And back to the center every time. Let's lower one knee as it falls out into that external rotation, and then draw it back in again. Last one each side, lower the knee and draw it back in. And final one, lower the knee and draw it back in. There we go. And that's the end of our daily routine. We've had a variety of exercises which has helped us get moving throughout our whole body. Don't forget to keep moving, and you can also join me for a couple more videos, one which gets us moving in the morning and the other which helps us wind down in the evening. So I'll see you next time.